Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and in this video I'll be discussing my thoughts on episode 6 of the anime series Hitsugi no Chaika Avenging Battle. And I felt like largely watching this episode, it was predominantly a setup of things to come, with the unfolding and planned martial arts tournament in the Principality of Hartgen by Hartgen himself, his kingdom, and utilizing Arthur Gaz's remains, of which he is in possession, as the main prize to be won. I felt like this episode was largely setting up all the players and getting them involved in this particular tournament, from the proper Chaika, her team, Toru, Akari, Frederica, and all. And of course, we have the Gillette group basically having talked to Ursula and Cyril, the demi-humans found on that hidden island, once hidden island, as it were, and basically being told they explain the entire story about Neva, who is now traveling with the proper Chaika. And we're seeing Vivi has a really sort of obsession with wanting to track down Chaika the White, as she's alternatively known, and wanting to kind of seek and reap vengeance against her for the loss of Gillette, whom we find out in this episode is actually not as dead as we may have once thought. And of course, I suspected and voiced my suspicions that that was the figure we were seeing in the Kingdom of Hartgen a few episodes back now. And sure enough, we find out that Guy was actually the one responsible for saving Gillette's life. At least that's what he alleges. And but Gillette has definitely turned to the dark side, in a manner of speaking, because as we see, some of the tournament wannabes who are trying to fight amongst themselves end up raising Gillette's ire, and he basically walks up behind them and slaughters them as a means of keeping the rest of them at bay, which is quite vicious, especially for a man of honor as he was shown to be in previous segments of this series. But of course, the interesting thing is, as everyone is basically setting themselves up into place, we have Nikolai and Vivi representing one group, we have the Red Chaika and her wards basically representing another group, a bunch of people that will remain nameless and are primarily background characters we'll never become familiar with, as well as Chaika the White, Toru, and Akari. And what I love about them entering the fray, of course, they're thinking in terms of just stealing out from under everyone's noses Arthur Gaz's remains, but basically we have Frederica really wanting to finally go nuts and unleash all of her dragoon capabilities. Like lambs to the slaughter, she just wants to reap her bloodthirstiness all over anyone who can potentially stand in her way. And it's very intriguing to me that Gillette's group is basically representing the Six Nations and wanting to find out exactly why it is that Hartgen is amassing all of these soldiers. Could it be that he is one of the plot holders, so to speak, as far as trying to get Arthur Gaz's remains together, trying to dupe the Chaikas to bring all of their remains that they have thus collected so far to this place so that he can enact whatever this thing is that's, potentially unfolding, this destiny of Arthur Gaz's, because of things like Gillette's potentially going to the dark side, having been saved by Guy, the mysteries of Guy, who then makes off toward the end of this episode with Neva in tow, which Chaika is basically incredulous about. She's wondering why exactly Neva is walking away with this mysterious, enigmatic figure. With all of these considerations in place, the primary question that circles around my mind, could there have been some sort of transformation in the final moments of Arthur Gaz's life that may have affected Hartgen? Could it be that his soul is embodied in Hartgen, or perhaps has an influence over Hartgen's actions and thoughts? Because everything seems at the moment like it all leads to this. Hartgen is at the center, and he's got these two, air quotes, daughters who are effectively being called, as I basically speculated they were, the Black Chaikas, Irina and Arina. And it's very questionable exactly what is going on, but the influence of Arthur Gaz, I feel, must have broached beyond the physical form and could potentially be what is weighing down upon Hartgen, maneuvering all of these factors into play and leading all the Chaikas back to this place. What is to unfold from here is simply going to be amazing. I'm calling it now, and I am just primped on the edge of my seat to see what exactly is set to unfold. So yeah, otherwise, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below. If you're following the series, what you think the next step will be, and what revelations do you think we have yet to behold as the series moves on from here. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the video and that it finds you well, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.